Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Wayne St. John with the Desert Dash. While I had a few minutes, just want to get out a more specific event brief so everyone knows what's going on for this year's Dash. Set for 4th and 5th of March, Day 1 Hemingway and Day 2 Cottonwood. First and foremost, definitely want to thank our sponsors, AccuCall, Dobbins Rods, Eternal Lithium Batteries, Bass Tackle Master out of Lake Havasu, American Bass Nevada, and of course Billy Egan, Juan Bass in the U.S. Open, giving away a triple A entry during the free raffle. Free raffle for every angler. We'll get that ticket issued to you at the AM check-in. And with that, the first thing we're going to cover. So guys and gals need everyone at the check-in. I can't just have the boater, can't just have the non-boater, the partner, if you will, come up as a team. I need everyone to sign a required waiver and the sign-in sheet. Each individual angler gets a free raffle ticket. And then at that time, you also have the option to enter the Vegas option. What that is guess the 2-day winning weight without going over. It's $20 per team, 100% payback. I'll have the screen on display so you can see the other entries. Obviously, you can't have any duplicate entries. Again, totally optional. $20 per team, and that is 100% payback. Once we get all that done, we'll go ahead and print you off your boat information slip showing your flight and check-in times for each day. And away you go. You proceed down the ramp, get your boat prepped. And right near the launch area, I'll have one or two guys down there doing live well inspections, one of which will have a bright yellow vest on so you'll be easily identifiable. Get your live well inspections done and get you on the water. Very important. I will be closing the AM check-in at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. If you're late to AM check-in, you're going to have to stand by till launch is complete. Get your paperwork done, and then I'll get you launched at that time. Regardless of time lost fishing, you'll still be required to check in per your flight number and your boat number and check-in time. So just be on time, be early. I should be ready to start receiving AM check-ins around 4 a.m. So that gives us plenty of time to get through. But let's not press that issue. Make sure you're on time, early, in fact, and let's get everyone through and not hold up day one. Okay, for the day one launch, once we get on the water out of Hemingway, go to the left there and get up stage up by the No Wake Buoy by Big Brother Island. Once we get everyone out there and I get everyone on the water, I'll follow you guys out. I'll have be on Marcus's boat most likely with the U.S. flag. We'll get out there, say a few words, do the national anthem, and then in typical fashion, we'll launch you out single file by boat number. Just make sure you don't get up on plane until you pass the No Wake Buoy area. So when I get out there, I may have you press back a little bit just to make sure we have enough room to form that single file line. But in any event, once you get on the water, please don't hang around the marina. Go ahead and proceed out to that no wake area. Okay, as you come in, we're going to be doing the weigh-in in the usual area that we've been doing this year out of Hemingway in the covered area on the backside of Lake Mead Marina. Are you going to come in on the south end, or as you come in the far left entrance? We'll have the check-in boat there with the U.S. flag. The tire line is the check-in point. Do not be late. If you are late, you are DQ'd for that day. Right now, we got 25 teams expecting hopefully north of 30 time it's all said and done. So very doable with staggering the flights. However, this setup and all the idling and the minimal parking does pose a little bit of a challenge. So if you see a lot of boats going to the left there and you're not in a huge hurry, feel free to go to the right, idle around as indicated there on the screen, and you can park on the other side. Excuse me. We'll knock out weigh-in. I'll show you what that looks like in a moment, and then you'll be required to return your fish to the water. Please do so beyond the tires, and preferably take them out a little bit and put them on some structure. Okay, day two out of Cottonwood. No AM check-in. We'll have the paperwork done, have everyone's Vegas option in, so we'll be good to go. It's going to be simple live well checks and get you on the water. We'll be staged somewhere in the vicinity of the fish cleaning station near the ramp. As you come up, we'll knock out those live well checks, and you go ahead and put in. Once we get in, you see the ramp area and the end of the dock, if you will. Try to stay within the staging area if we can. Try not to pass the gas station imaginary line there, if you will. That's where I'm going to be set up to get you guys started. Oops, sorry about that. That's the one I'm looking for. Okay, so like I said, we'll stage here in the marina. I'll set up near the gas pumps. We'll knock out the national anthem, and then just like day one, single file launch order out the right side, so out the south side only. That's regardless of what direction you're going. Everyone will be single file out the right side. Make sure you don't get on plane till you get past the no wake marker just east of the tires, and away you go. As you come in for day two, you come in either side. We'll have the check-in boat again with the U.S. flag somewhat centered on each entry point. Again, tire check-in line is you need to be beyond that point or at that point before your check-in time expires. Anyone late is DQ'd for that day. Hit the check-in boat and proceed to parking. Once you get parked, you can head up the ramp across the bridge, make a left. We'll be doing the weigh-in and the free raffle and awards after the event in the covered area next to the cafe. Pretty standard. So what you can expect when you come to weigh-in, we'll have one, if not two tanks in operation. So definitely recommend a solid bag, mesh bag system. At the AM check-in, I'll have several available for purchase if you need one. The AccuCall systems. Come in, soak your fish. There'll be a live leaderboard there so you can see where everyone's at in terms of what place they're in, what's needing to take the lead, options, big bass, etc. Right on the screen there, we see Jason running the software. So Jason Brown will be right there, and that's essentially like the bump station, if you will. He's going to collect some information from you. That way, when you move up to the weigh-in area, the actual weigh-in area where the scale is, I'll have a display as well that will be providing me with all the information I need to process your team through. We'll have two sinks set up, one with water, one without. Again, as you come up, have your mesh bag, your fish in your mesh bag, and you soak them in sink one while we get your options weighed in, and we'll load up the fish for weighing in sink two. There'll also be a crate there so you can set your water bag. Both team members come up to the weigh-in, please. That'll assist with managing, getting everything through. Get you weighed in, and then you process through and around to the photo area. Take a picture. Again, the photo area will be right there where you can set your fish. And then again, exit out and return your fish to the water. For day two, we'll have hot seats available. If you take the lead, want to take the hot seats, completely optional. We'll have someone there that can take your catch and return it to the lake for you. And then they'll return your bag back to the weigh-in area. Again, completely optional. Lastly, we'll have the live feed going, so we'll record a video for everyone to watch later or during the event itself. There's a link on the main page, the Dash main page, that'll take you to those live streams. Primarily, obviously, filming the main weigh-in area, and occasionally we'll pan out to the weigh-in tank or the holding tank, if you will. Awards and the free raffle, that'll be done immediately after. And when I say by immediately, I'm going to set it for 5 o'clock. So we should have weigh-in done, I'm guessing, by 4:20-ish. So that should give everyone plenty enough time, get off the water, and get back over to the weigh-in, to the awards area, which again will be the same as weigh-in for day two, right next to the cafe in the covered area at Cottonwood. One thing I want to foot stomp about weigh-in, so I've been asked this a couple times. So if you know the options for the event, obviously you got a big fish, daily big fish, daily second big fish, daily big smallmouth, and then a big fish overall. Well, obviously the big fish overall is pretty self-explanatory. Smallmouth, largemouth, biggest bass. That's what wins that. But when we talk about big fish and big smallmouth, just a possible scenario, none of the staff can help you with this. You got a largemouth that goes 5 pounds and a smallmouth that goes 4 pounds. Highly recommend you weigh your largemouth as your big fish, and then weigh your smallmouth as your big smallmouth for the day. You do have, you can compete for both those options. What you cannot do is, here's my big fish, and here's what I want for my second big fish and my big smallmouth. So, again, just make sure you're aware of the options out there and how you can check those in and compete for both. Most likely scenario for most is their big fish of the day is going to be a big smallmouth, and that'll just count for both. Yeah. So I think I pretty much covered everything. If I missed anything, please feel free to get a hold of me for any clarification you need. Really looking forward to the event. Again, thanks to our great sponsors for helping out with the free raffle. Always nice to have that in play. Um, Everyone have a great couple weeks. We got a couple events coming up this weekend. So Saturday and Sunday of fishing and a little practice for the dash. And then as soon as we close out registration on the 28th, I'll get the boat numbers drawn and get that published as well. Again, need anything at all, please let me know. Have a good one.